Hello everyone, welcome back to another Q&A. I'm joined by Shaf, an old housemate who is now in employment, you lucky one. So if you could just give us an outline of what you did at university, how long, and what you're doing now.
Okay, so yeah, hi, I'm Shaf. I did mechanical engineering at uni. I'm currently working for Lockheed Martin, which is a sort of space and defence company. It's going quite well. I started in September. And yeah. So.
Awesome stuff. Your current situation, are you satisfied with it?
Yeah, I mean, I have got a job now, so yeah, like I'm satisfied. It was quite tough getting the job, and it kind of came out of the blue. But yeah, like now that I've got it, I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but I actually am quite a bit. So yeah.
And like when you were going through the process of finding the job, what were like? Did you have any particular highs, or were there particular lows? Were there more lows than highs?
Yeah, there's so many lows. I can't even like start. So it started off looking for summer internships and year-long placements, and I had absolutely no luck with that at all. I didn't get a single placement during my time at uni, and that really didn't put me in a great position coming into my final year, where like these placements often lead to grad jobs, and then if not, they see that you've got experience in there, you're far more employable. I didn't have any of that, and obviously put me in the back foot to start off with, but then I also like narrowed my search down quite a bit. I was looking a lot into the automotive industry, and as a result, those places were super competitive, and it just wasn't happening. Yeah, I think it got to around January, and I kind of realised I had to sort of broaden my search a bit more, look out elsewhere. So then, the place I've ended up now, I applied at like 3 in the morning, for like in the middle of January, like in a really sort of bad mood, just like, oh no, fine, I'll apply to this. And they got back to me in June. So they got back to me in June, gave me a telephone interview like 2 days later, and then it just kind of went from there.
Well, you mentioned previous experience. You did a few internships, but they're not quite the internships.
So these internships were research internships at the university itself, and as much as it gives you like a lot of knowledge, it doesn't show that you've gone into industry. It's very much academically focused, and yeah, so a lot of lab stuff which can be applied, but it doesn't look at how you deal with customers or how you deal with the actual working day. Like it was far too flexible. Like you kind of turn up and then it's just, yeah, do what you want and just like find some information. And there's no real structure or anything to it. There wasn't any sort of accountability or deadlines that I had to really meet. So that I didn't have much experience with that. I guess the fact that I did the forming student stuff like throughout uni, that really did help. So that was the only sort of real engineering experience I had outside of my degree. And yeah, I think that's ultimately what got me the job. So.
Where, you mentioned 3 o'clock in the morning, you're like, oh, where were you applying from? Were there any particular sources that were really useful for you?
So I tried on Gradcracker, that was a good one. I got some interviews from there, but I never really made it past any video interviews. I'm terrible on camera, which is why I'm not even looking at you guys. I'm looking over here, because if I do, I'll just like panic. Yeah, so I can't do video interviews, so I end up trying to sort of figure out ways to get past that. End up just looking through the application processes for different companies and finding out whether they do them or not, and if they do them, I'll just kind of stick to it, because I knew I just wouldn't get past them. It was a tricky case. What was the rest of the question?
So, any particular sites do you know?
Yeah, so I used CV Library. So this one, it doesn't list jobs for you. You upload your CV and you tell them the kind of industry and sector that you're looking for, and they actually get back to you, which can often be a bit more promising. Because if they think you're a worthy candidate, they will like look at you. Like you're not sending your CV into thousands of like applications and like hoping it gets through. Like they specifically picked you out already, so you've almost taken that first step out of that application process. That gave me 2 interviews, one of which was this one, I think. Yeah, that was the main one. Other than that, I think I used Total Jobs and Indeed. These ones are slightly bit more ambiguous, but you don't look for specific companies, you look for location, salary, that kind of thing, and then you kind of go from there. And some of them have been promising, they've got back to me, but I've had to say no to some of them because they didn't sound as good as I wanted them to be. But you will find that. Ultimately, if you don't think that the job is right for you, don't do it. Like just because it seems like it pays well doesn't have to be as good. I got a job offer for a place in Scotland. They paid £35,000.
Oh, but wasn't it in a really
It was really
bad location?
It's a really terrible location. It's in a village, but the village was a chemical plant. Like I looked on Google Maps, and there's like a small like nest of houses next to massive steel containers like everywhere. And like the reason they're paying you 35 grand is so that you actually move there.
Yeah.
So they're trying to entice you with that. Don't use the salary as a gauge for what you want to do. It might be better not to go that far. Yeah.
What have been like the most interesting interview experiences you've had?
So I think this one was the most interesting because they didn't, the job I have actually ended up with, mostly because they didn't ask me any technical questions at all, really. They asked me one very basic one that covers first year engineering principles, just to make sure that I'm not a completely hopeless applicant. But apart from that, they asked me they spent ages talking about my sporting interests, my hobbies, do I like racing,
and that's
football.
a really good sign.
And that was a good sign because they care about you as a person, not you as a person, as an academic machine who's just memorised thousands of facts and can just spew them out at request. So that was an interesting one. The other one was a complete contrast to that. This was for Mercedes AMG. So they make Formula One car engines. That was super technical. They didn't care at all about any me as a person. They wanted that academic machine that could just churn out work.
Yeah.
It was a really sterile environment. The whole building was grey and silver because that's their colours. But it just felt there's no emotion attached to this. It's just you've come here to work and the work only. So that was an interesting one. And I thought Formula One was where I wanted to be, and this kind of made me feel like maybe that wasn't the case. It helped me a few years later when I did apply to this one to think that maybe it's a good idea to go branch out a bit first. So.
I remember when you were doing your whole interview process and you found it very hard to keep going. What was the thing that made you keep on applying?
Part of it was that if I didn't find a job, I'd just be living at home, and I'd end up just staying and dealing with my parents for more than a couple of hours a day. And funnily enough, the job I have got, I work from home, but I commute from home even. But it's not quite the same. I think that was the thing. There's a sheer panic that I'd end up just not being able to get out of this system. And then also the financial burden. I think uni takes a lot of money out of you, and I finished uni I think with £10 in my account, and luckily my deposit came back, and that's spiked up my finances a bit. But apart from that, I realised that if I didn't get a job, I would be really struggling. And I don't have the support I don't have the support where I can go and just leech off my parents, and I wouldn't want to do that anyway. And it's that kind of thing. So there's that. But also, I think it's my friends as well. My engineering friends, they're all super on it, and it's we gotta
be like that.
It's just trying to keep up, make sure that I don't fall behind. And it's that kind of competitive friendship that really helps you keep going and make sure that you don't fall behind and don't lose hope.
So what piece of advice would you give to yourself who was hunting for jobs a year ago?
I would definitely say broaden out your search a lot quicker. I got very lucky with this job. Considering I applied in January and they got back to me in June. This shows that wasn't a normal process. Everything just seemed to happen quite late and quite suddenly, and I was okay, fine, let's go with it, come on, quick. But I'd say I spent so much time hung up on this idea that I wanted to go for this very specific thing that every other engineering student ever is going to also want to do. That's the kind of thing. Just make sure you don't necessarily know that what you want to go into is perfect and right for you until you've gone there. So that's that. And the stuff that I'm doing now arguably is a lot cooler than any of the stuff I've been doing at Formula One at this point in time. but I can't talk about it. That's another thing. It's classified, so I can't say. But yeah, like it's truly groundbreaking stuff that I'm doing, like that hasn't been done before, and that's kind of a really cool thing. So to know you're the first person to do something.
Yeah.
It's like you won't get your name stamped on a paper for obvious reasons, but like you still know that by yourself that you've like developed technology and you've said you've helped things go forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so
That's
much.
all right.